Today I'm going to talk to you about digital citizenship and 21st century learning. Being a learner in the 21st century is different than being a learner at any other time throughout history, and one of the hugest components is digital citizenship. Digital citizenship is defined a number of different ways, but ultimately what's important is that it's a set of behaviors that are essential to use as people on this online community, and the quality of your participation and your input does matter. You're not just a bystander, you are an active member of a community. Mike Ribble divided digital citizenship into 9 different components. The first of these is digital access, technology for everyone. So we are part of a global community, which is unprecedented throughout the course of history. So we are not just like American citizens, we are global citizens. And as such, we have a responsibility for expanding access to technology so that it is a universal tool that can be used by anyone. What that means is that if a person is not able to get the same resources that you have or is not able to access them, it's important that we share those resources so that they are able to learn on the same level that we are trying to teach them. Also to promote extended access. So you can do so much if you're not Bill Gates, but you can always promote or advocate for technology at libraries and schools so that more people have access to the tools that most of us are using daily. The second component is digital commerce. Online shopping is not foreign to any of us, but there are rules and responsibilities you have when you're navigating the online marketplace. So your responsibility to make smart choices, not overspend, all of that, but also have an awareness that theft occurs online and that immoral and illegal goods do exist, and such as porn or gambling or illegal downloading. So we need to be aware that this exists and take precautions accordingly. The third is digital literacy, which includes both information literacy and awareness of what you're reading and understanding, but also familiarity with technology. So you need to know which tools to use for which purposes, being knowledgeable how different applications work, and the ability to extend knowledge of technology beyond the context in which it is taught. So if you learn an app in one context for one class, being able to apply it to a different class would be a component of digital literacy. The next component is digital communication. We are able to talk to people from anywhere at any time, regardless of their location and our location or the time of day. And we need to use this ability responsibly. So we shouldn't be emailing excessively to people who are asleep. And also, we need to take into consideration that people can be misrepresented online. They are hiding behind a computer, so they do not have to be honest about who they are, what they're selling. So this leads to things like kidnapping to an extreme extent, but also cyberbullying. People use this as an excuse to say rude things to other people because they can't be found and they are not a person anymore. They're hiding behind a screen. Which brings us to the next component, which is netiquette. I think this can be summed up really easily in this quote. It's just as important to treat people with courtesy and respect online as it is in real life. At the end of the day, the people that you're communicating with behind the computers are real people. They're not just a screen. So you need to take into consideration their feelings and that they can't necessarily read expressions, and you can misrepresent what you are trying to say as a result. Digital law is the awareness that there are things that are illegal in real life are also illegal online. So hacking, downloading illegal music is theft, so is plagiarizing, and people do create destructive worms and viruses or steal identities through the internet. So even though there are laws, people do break laws. So it is important to keep yourself secure. Digital security is the next component. So virus protection, data backup, and surge control in case of a power outage are all important components of digital citizenship, because if you're not keeping yourself safe, then people are able to take advantage of that. You, as a result, would have digital rights and responsibilities. Because we are still people, even though we're behind screens, we have the same rights as American citizens, such as the right to speech and privacy, and we are also responsible for using our technology appropriately. The last component of digital citizenship is digital health and wellness. So there are physical and psychological effects at play through extended computer and technology use. The first mentioned is the repetitive stress syndrome, which happens because certain appendages are being used too frequently and there is a pain that results because of that. So if you're typing away at a computer, you're going to become sore because of your consistent motions. Also, your eye safety. People are having increased use of glasses because you're so close to screens and the lighting is not natural. and ergonomics. If you're bent over a computer or hunched, you're going to have bad results because of that. There are also psychological effects. People increasingly are becoming addicted to the internet, and then cyberbullying is coming to play as well. And face-to-face interaction is not as effective as it has been in the past because people are more accustomed to using computers to communicate with people, or telephones. It's not the same dynamic as there used to be. Being a digital citizen is not the only component of a 21st century learner, however. So a 21st century citizen is an actively engaged and knowledgeable individual. This individual is also well-rounded in all content areas. He or she will possess global abilities and 21st century skills such as collaboration, digital literacy, critical thinking, and problem solving. In addition, this user will be safe and responsible in the digital world. In 2002, the Partnership for 21st Century Learning was founded by business organizations, education leaders, and politicians in order to promote 21st century readiness in schools. It has started a national awareness of the importance of the skills that our students require. P21 has created an all-encompassing list of skills that are necessary for individuals to be successful. This framework was developed through the active collaboration of hundreds of educators who have been successful in actively engaging their students within their content area, as well as educational experts and business leaders. They were able to identify the skills that are essential for students to thrive in school, future, career, and in life. Pretty general set of skills. This framework was developed to assist educators with integrating key skills in their instruction. These colored arches represent the area of focus for student outcomes, and the 4 pools, which are located at the bottom, signify the support systems that are set in place to achieve the skills. All components of this framework work together to achieve the 4 student learning outcomes and provide educators with the necessary tools to facilitate the learning needs of their students. In the world that we live in today, learners are required to possess skills that exceed just thinking skills and content knowledge. They must also focus their attention and develop adequate skills that will allow them to be successful in life and their career. A person must be able to overcome obstacles, successfully plan, and manage their work to achieve their necessary goals through self-management. Individuals must be able to adapt to a range of roles and responsibilities. They must be able to acclimate to work that is continually changing. Having the skills to be a strong, responsible leader and problem solver will allow an individual the ability to influence and guide others. Individuals must be able to utilize cultural differences to formulate new ideas and be able to interact and work with others in diverse teams in a professional manner. That's a key. Learning and innovation skills have been identified as being key components that separate individuals in a complex work setting. The focus are communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. These components are more important now than ever. Learners must be able to effectively express themselves face-to-face, in writing, and online. Individuals must be able to effectively collaborate with others to develop a higher level of thinking, develop social skills, and develop skills to work with a team, which will be required in all of their future careers. Very few careers are independent. Critical thinking will enable students to use their metacognitive skills, increase concentration, be effective problem solvers, and deepen analytical abilities. Thinking and working creatively will generate ideas in a different and original way. Learners in the 21st century engage in technology and media-influenced atmosphere. Learners must be able to obtain a wealth of information, adapt to constant changes in technology and media, and effectively collaborate with others to showcase their skills related to information, technology, and media. Information that is gathered must be critically evaluated, utilized accurately, and creatively. They must be able to apply their knowledge effectively as they research, organize, communicate, and evaluate the information gathered by technology. Learners must have mastered their core subjects and grasp in-depth understanding of 21st century interdisciplinary themes. Global awareness will enable learners to understand and address issues that are present. Financial, economic, business, and entrepreneurial literacy provide individuals with the knowledge, understanding, and skills to make and implement effective economic choices. People must be informed and understand the processes that occur in our government, and actively participate in their rights and obligations at each level of government. Those that practice healthy habits regarding their physical, mental, and emotional well-being to improve their health and stay informed about public safety and issues. Finally, a learner should have knowledge about environmental issues that are occurring that relate to climate, air, land, and water. There are 10 strategies that will facilitate students in order to be effective learners and gain the necessary skills that are required of them in the 21st century. These skills are child-centered, whole child focused, play-based, cooperative learning, blended approach, flexible attitude, differentiated instruction, formative assessment, consistency, and combined learning domains. By implementing these strategies in the classroom environment, students will be able to acquire necessary skills required of them that are outlined in the P21 framework, and ultimately become the best 21st century learners and digital citizens.